Hi, and thanks for joining me. My name is Joanne Varni, and I'd like to take you through this back releasing and strengthening practice today. You'll need a mat and potentially a blanket if you'd like to have a blanket to support you. And let's get started. As you're ready, let's make our way to our backs. And once you land on your back, bend your elbows and press the triceps and elbows into the floor to release the shoulders away from the ears. And let's bring the arms straight out to the side. Let's turn the palms down. Walk your feet out a little wider than you typically do. And let's inhale together. Exhale, legs are going to go to the right. You're going to turn your gaze to the left. And then inhale everything to center. Exhale, legs go left, and your gaze goes to the right. Now let's keep the feet active so that they're not sliding all over your mat. It will be likely more intentional and supportive to the back. You can decide if that's true for you. If you find that you need to adjust the feet to make it more comfortable for you, then you're welcome to do that. And the next time the knees come back to center, if it's comfortable, hug the knees in towards the shoulders. Let's do a little rocking from side to side. And then you'll come back to neutral. Place your hands right on top of the knees and begin to circle the knees in opposite directions, which is different than circling the knees in unison, which we'll do in a moment, because this allows the movement to get deep into the hips and also supports the pelvis. And we'll change direction so we're moving the circles the other way. Take your time. And we're opening up the joints. Bring the knees together and circle the knees in unison this time. This will support the sacrum and the SI joints as we take this exploration around back support and then change direction so you're going the other way. The interesting thing about the back is that we don't necessarily know that something's amiss until it happens, because we don't have as many nervous system responders in the back. So until something's not right, or there's a condition that arises or an injury, we don't necessarily feel it like we do the front side of the body. Let's go ahead and lower the feet down. And I'd like you to adjust the knees so that they are hips distance apart. And I'm going to keep my hands on my thighs to demonstrate this next movement. What you're going to do is you're going to push the left knee forward and lift your left hip up, and then lower that side down and push the right knee forward. It's like a pedaling of the knees. It kind of mimics walking. And you're just pushing one knee forward. The other knee isn't doing much. If you're not careful, this can end up becoming more of a windshield wiper movement. And we're looking to have the knees pointed straight up towards the ceiling as much as possible. And then go ahead and release that effort. Bring your arms down by your side, and let's get a little more activity into the spine and the nervous system. So as you inhale, press into the balls of your feet and lift your heart up. You could slide your hand potentially under the back so you can see how the heart is lifted. As you exhale, press into your heels, flattening the back. Inhaling, press into the balls of the feet and lift your heart. And then exhale, flatten. And do this at your own pace, allowing the feet to help you with your momentum. So I like pressing into the balls of the feet to lift the heart. That helps me. And then pressing into the heels allows me to really ground the back completely. Let's do a couple more. Moving with the breath. And then finishing up here, whenever that is for you. And let's extend the legs long. So we did that pedaling of the knees a moment ago. Now we're going to do some shifting of the pelvis. So have your toes flexed, which means we pull the toes towards us and we push out through the heels. And then push your right foot down. The legs are going to stay straight. It's going to be really tempting to bend the knees. And you're hiking the right hip up. And then push the right foot down and hike the left hip up. And if you watch my hands, you can see how the pelvis slides up and down. This is great for the SI joint. It's great for the sacrum. It's great for the QL, especially if you have a cranky or temperamental QL, quadratus lumborum, deepest back muscle, tend to have some issues there. But I really like this for the SI joint. And then finishing up whenever that is for you. Release your arms by your side. Walk your feet a little wider and then just do a little integration by windshield wipering the feet from side to side. So in the classes that I teach in somatic yoga or gentle yoga or trauma-informed yoga, I tend to move slow because the nervous system likes slow, it likes consistency, it likes fluidity. And then we like to do integration just so in case something wasn't quite right with the movement and the nervous system, it has an opportunity just to settle down. And then you can stop moving the feet from side to side. Let's go ahead and bend the knees once again. And we'll do another movement like that pedaling action we did. But now we're going to move the knee in a circle. So imagine you have a pencil sitting on the top of your left knee. You're going to push the left knee forward. And you're making the circle on a ceiling. And then drop the knee out to the side. Pull the knee towards you. And then knee comes in towards the right knee. And you're making a circle. So the hip does have to lift for some of this movement, especially as you push the knee forward. And we're imagining we're drawing the circle on the ceiling with this pencil that's placed on the top of the knee. And then change the direction of the circle so you're going the other way. Take your time. And we're listening, doing that deep listening to the SI joint in the pelvis and the sacrum in the back to make sure that this movement isn't creating any disruption. So sensations are the language of the body, and our body's constantly telling us what it appreciates and what it doesn't appreciate. We don't always have the luxury of listening at any moment. And then go ahead and stop. Let's jump that pencil over to the top of the right knee, push the right knee forward, and then making your circle, starting by bringing the knee out to the right, pull it towards you, and then in towards the left knee. So the nervous system receives millions of messages over our lifetime, and it's pretty confident that it knows what it wants to do. And so changing unhealthy patterns takes some time and patience. We have to coax the nervous system to listen and listen to what we're asking it to do and to keep grounded and settled and regulated, because it so often wants to dysregulate and go into a state of distress or survival. And the body's job is to survive. So that's its job. So we appreciate that when we need it to behave in that way, it's able to do so. And then change the direction of the circle so you're going the other way. But we want to create new neural pathways so that we can create healing instead of guarding and gripping and tension patterns. And this is one way to help with that, moving slow and deliberately and methodically. And then release that effort. And let's bring our arms down by our side with the palms facing down. On the inhale, press your feet into the floor and lift your hips up Exhaling, we reach up towards the ceiling and roll down one vertebrae at a time, eventually bringing the hands down right beside us. Inhaling, we lift. Exhale, we extend, roll down one vertebrae at a time, lowering the hands. And then inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Let's do one more because we can. Last one. Inhale. And lifting. And then exhale, lowering. And bring your hands right back down to your side. And do a little more back support. So on the inhale, extend your left leg long, but keep it lifted off your mat. Flex the toes when you extend. Reach the right arm above your head. Exhale, we replace the hand and left foot where it started, and we move on to the other side. So right leg goes long, left arm above your head, and then we just alternate sides, taking your time, using the belly to support you. And let's do one more on each side. And then as you're ready, we'll interlace the hands behind the head. Let's bring the elbows out wide, squeezing the shoulder blades together. As you do that, lift your heart up just like we did earlier with the spinal undulation. We're going to lift the heart on the inhale. As you exhale, flatten your spine once again. This time we lift head, shoulders, and squeeze your elbows together. On the inhale, we open the elbows wide, lower the head and shoulders down, and lift your heart up. On the exhale, we flatten, lift head and shoulders, and squeeze the elbows together. And then we just move at our own pace, being mindful not to pull on the neck too much. See if you can use more of the belly to lift you. And then staying here, going straight up to center. That's a great place to be. Or you can transition this into a twist. Bringing right elbow to left knee. Make sure you squeeze the elbows together. People tend to forget that when we come into this twist. And then switching sides. So still closing the elbows as we move into this twist. Still opening the elbows as we land, head, shoulders, and elbows. And we inhale, landing, exhale, coming into this twist. And we'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. And the next time you land, whenever that is for you, let's bring the arms down by our side and straighten the legs and just pause and check in. You might feel a little more energy moving in the body. You might feel a tingling. You might feel a lightness. You might feel an aliveness or a warmth. And you might not feel any change at all, or you might not be aware of it. And whatever you're feeling is perfect because that's your embodied experience. So there's never any judgment around what you're feeling. There's only compassion and kindness and acceptance. We meet ourselves where we are. And let's inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And let's do one more twist, one of my favorites. We're going to bend the knees, stack the left thigh on top of the right. So left thigh on top of the right. Extend the arms up towards the ceiling and bend your elbows and stack the forearms above the heart. So make sure the forearms are not above the head or down towards the belly. And we'll all inhale together. Exhale, legs go right, arms are going to go to the left. And I like turning the gaze the same direction as the arms. You could do the other way if you'd like. Inhale everything to center, and let's stay going the same direction. So arms go left, legs go right, moving with your breath. Just be mindful here that you're not allowing the legs to take over, because they can pull you deeper into this twist or this wringing out of the spine in a way that doesn't support your back. So you have to be really mindful here. So that inner listening, you might notice the theme. And let's call this next one the last one. And then come back up to center. On the exhale, this time legs are going to go left, the arms are going to go right, moving with your breath, taking your time, moving in a way that supports your back. You likely won't be able to go as far with the legs going in this direction. So just notice if that's true for you. And we'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. And when you come back up to center, we'll restack the arms the other way and stack the right thigh on top of the left thigh. And let's all inhale together. Exhale, legs are going to go left this time. The arms are going to go right. Inhale everything to center. Exhaling, legs go left, arms go right. And inhale to center. And then just moving with your breath. Take your time. And we'll be here for 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll change the direction of the legs. So let's all inhale. Exhale, legs go right, arms are going to go to the left. Taking your time. Moving at your own pace. Appreciating these bodies of ours, the spine, home to the nervous system, home to one of the biggest energy channels in the body. So Shuma. And then come back up to center. And then let's go ahead and release the arms down by your side. Uncross the legs. Let's put the soles of the feet together. Let the knees go wide. And pause here. And just notice what arises. Let's inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And inhale. And exhale. And last one, inhale. And exhale. And then push the knees together. Raise one arm above your head. Roll onto your side. And then make your way onto your belly. Stacking the hands. Tucking the toes like you're walking the toes towards your nose. And anchoring your pelvis if that's comfortable for you. On the inhale, press the hands and the forearms into the floor. Lift head and shoulders. Exhale, we lower. On the inhale, we lift. Exhaling, we lower. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. And 1 more. Inhale, we lift. Exhale and lower. And then replace the tops of the feet onto your mat, so the toenail side down, keeping the feet grounded. So we don't want the feet to lift. If they lift, don't go as high. Transition the hands so they're underneath the shoulders. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Anchor your pelvis. As you inhale, pull your heart forward and up. Exhale, we lower back down. On the inhale, we lift. Exhale, we lower. Let's do 2 more because we can. Inhale, we lift. Exhale and lower. And then last one, inhale. And lower. And then stack the hands. Maybe rest your forehead on the backs of the hands. Shift the hips from side to side. And then stack the right hand on top of your left hand and turn your head to the right so that your left cheek is resting on the top of the right hand. On your next inhale, lift the right arm, and so the hand's going to lift your head up, and then lift the left leg up, and then lower. We inhale and lift. Exhale, lower. Let's lift and lower. And last one, lifting and lowering. Shake out the hips. Change the stacking of the hands so the left hand is on top of the right, turning to your left right cheek on the back of the hand. And we inhale and lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's inhale, lift left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. And last one. And lower. Take your hands underneath the shoulders. Let's come up and back. Knees go wide, moving into a child's pose, resting your forehead on your mat, or stack your hands or stack your fists. Just have the head resting on something so that the neck and the shoulders don't absorb the tension. Softening the shoulders, softening the face. Breathing into the kidneys, into the pelvis. And then make your way up to a seat. And let's hug the knees in. Press the feet into the floor, lift out through the top of the head. Let's extend the left leg long, bring the right leg out to the side. Have a slight bend in your knee so that you can hinge at the left hip and place your hands on your left thigh. Let's all inhale together. Exhale, slide the hand down toward the foot. And on the inhale, we come back up. Exhale, we come forward. Let's inhale. This time we come forward and we stay. Hands could be on either side of the leg. Maybe you grab the thigh or the calf or the ankle, or maybe you grab the outside of the foot. Wherever you are is perfect. And we'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Hands go behind your back, both legs long. Windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Left knee hugs in, out to the side. Slight bend in the right knee. Hands rest on the thigh. Let's all inhale together. Exhale, press into the flesh as you move into this forward fold. Inhaling, we come back out. Exhaling, we come forward. And then inhale, coming back out. Exhale, come forward, and then hold on to what you can, maybe grabbing the foot. So if you grab the outside of the foot, it makes it a little more of a twist. And then we'll come back up. Let's extend both legs out forward, do a little windshield wipering. And then hug your knees in towards your shoulders. Lift out through the top of the head. And then coming onto your back and resting here. And then raise one arm above your head, roll onto your side, come up to a seat. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Let's spend less time here, and more time in the heart. Thanks so much for joining me. Namaste.